Hi everybody, it's Lynnea for Miss Ink Stamps, and today I'm going to be creating a wintry snowman card, mixing and matching some new products with an older sentiment stamp set from Miss Ink Stamps. So I'm going to start off with the Snow One Like You stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp this onto some cardstock. I'm going to be doing some Copic coloring, so I like to Copic color on Neenah cardstock, so I'm just going to stamp this with a Copic Safe ink and then do some coloring. My coloring is, like always, very simple, and you can easily recreate this. I'm going to color the snowman white. There's lots of different ways to color whites, especially white snow. I've done light shades of pink, of blue, of purple. Today I just decided to go with grays. So I'm using C2, C0, as well as my colorless blender. I started with just a little bit of C0, and then I'm going to color over that and just darken that a little bit with the C2. Blend that out with the C0, and then I'll grab my colorless blender and I'll blend that out. Right now it looks very dark, but you'll see after I use the blender, which is just pretty much the straight alcohol, it's going to pull out that color, and as the alcohol dries back into the cardstock, it's going to lighten up and you're going to have a white snowman with some shadows. I'm going to keep on coloring and move on to the black portions of the snowman. So I just used an N6 marker and colored in the coal for the eyes and the little buttons. And now I'm going to color in the hat. And I'm using N6 and N8. You can use any color you like to color blacks. I like the neutrals over the cool grays. And I kind of switch back and forth in my coloring between N4 and N6, and N6 and N8, just depending on how dark I want to go. Today I decided to go with the darker of the color combination. No particular reason, just because. I colored that little bird red, and then I used some blue and some pinks for the accessories for the snowman, orange for the carrot nose. Now I'm going to move on to the tree. I started by coloring the entire tree with my BG75 marker, and now I'm coming in with G29 for some shading. And to do my shading, I'm just kind of adding some flicks where the branches of the trees are, and then I'll kind of color over that a little bit with the BG75, kind of keeping what I call chunky coloring. I'm not going to have this be completely smooth because I wanted the tree to look like it had some texture. Once that's all colored, I'm just going to use my scissors and I will trim out that image. Now I'm going to move on to the creation of my background. I have the Floral Wave stencil. I'm going to be spraying this with some pixie spray. This is a very intricate stencil, and so I want to make sure that this is going to hold onto my cardstock. I have Tumbled Grass, Salty Ocean, and Faded Jeans Distress Oxide inks that I'm going to use for my blending. I'm starting in the center with my darkest color, the Faded Jeans, and just kind of creating a center circle with that ink. I'll wipe off my blending brush onto my cloth, and then I'm moving on to Salty Ocean. You can see here that I'm using my fingers to kind of pull and hold down the stencil, even with the pixie spray, because I blend so hard, the little lines of the stencil want to pick up and move. So I find that if I use my fingers to kind of stretch them across my card and hold down the area in which I'm stenciling, that helps a lot. Also kind of going, I call it with the grain of the stencil. You don't want to kind of work back and forth. If you go with the grain, you'll still get those crisp white lines. So to finish off my card, I'm going to grab a sentiment. This is from the Season's Greetings stamp set, which is a holiday stamp set, but I like the sentiment in here that says Warm Winter Wishes. I thought maybe I would stamp it directly onto my card base, so I'm kind of messing around here with how I want the placement of my card to go, but in the end I decided to stamp it using blue ink onto a white strip of cardstock. I like to have that dimension. And then I added foam tape behind each of my elements, both the little snowman image and the sentiment strip. I'll add those onto my card, add some liquid glitter, and this card is finished. All of the Miss Ink products that I used are linked down in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye! Thank you again very much for watching this video. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button that is on the screen now. And here are a few other videos that I thought you might enjoy.